Okay, it's telling me we're live. Okay. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. How's everyone doing? Bit of a different thing today. Hello again. You can see Chepsy's already in the chat. Hi Chepsy. How are you doing? Are you ready to win once again the treasure hunt with your team? Who knows? So hello everyone. For you who never seen me before, because you've usually seen my Minecraft stuff, this is what I normally look like. Hello everyone. Just before I get started, I'm going to make sure to share this link to all of my chats and stuff. So this is going to take me 1 second, and then we will get started with what we're doing today, which is the Christmas album. Very exciting stuff. So let me just grab the link here, copy that, paste it into all of the different chats and so on, and then we can get started. What else have we got? Beyond the Joke. Hey, hello, how's it going? Good, we are getting there. Just gonna post. We are live. There you go. Copy. There we go. So now the link should be in the chat. I'm going to tag everyone. I'm sorry if people don't like me doing this, but I don't usually. So now, yes, there we go. We are live, people. Okay. I think we're good. I've done all the buttons. I've done all the stuff that needed to be done. So we are here for one reason. Ready for the repeat. Lovely. Huesto, hi, nice to see you there as well. So yeah, today we're doing Christmas album stuff. It is, 27 days to Christmas? I can count. So yeah, we're getting ready for Christmas. So for you, those who don't know what this is, basically every year I release a Christmas album. Now, is it a good Christmas album? Absolutely not. Is it Christmas songs? Sometimes, mostly not. But and the idea behind it was that just my wife and I, Neve, we wanted to do just something fun. We wanted to give a gift to friends and family, and what better thing to do than our own singing and playing instruments. It started off with something called Rob Songs, which was essentially just me wailing into a microphone for a good hour, which surprisingly a lot of people enjoyed. I don't know why. And then we followed that up with an album called Fish on a Stick, which was a collection of over 600 puns. So that's something that people also got to experience. But there's lots of other stuff that we've done as well. We had the 2020 vision, we had the Bleak Bedtime Stories. I've been doing this for like 6-7 years now, something like that. At one point I wrote a book as part of this Christmas album thing. But that's history. Today we're going to be making more history by revealing what this year's album is. This year's album is once again a concept album. It's probably worse than a lot of the other albums that we've done. Oh, Fuzzy's there. Oh, Fuzzy wants a live rendition of Fish on a Stick. Fuzzy, don't you worry, there's going to be plenty of me singing very badly in this. I don't think we need necessarily that. Yeah, so the point was, so every year, so what was I trying to say? Yeah, so I'm kind of like buying time. I'm building up like the memento here to try and like get to, before we reveal what this year's album is. But I also wanted to say a few things before we actually get to the album. First of all, one of the reasons why we do this is to raise money for charity. Okay, this is very important to us. We donate to charity, but also we hope that people will also donate to charity. This is obviously not a requirement. We do it for the album for free, but if you do want to give to charity, there is 2 charities that are in the description down below. We got Battlelink Gaming, which is a community centre which I frequent. I know the owners. They're great people, and they provide a really great safe space for everyone in Belfast. It's a great they run lots of events for mental health, for example, providing a safe space for people to be themselves and to to socialize with other people as well. Hey, Virtual Past, hi, nice to see you. So Battlelink Gaming, really good company. I say company, charity. So I big supporter of them, have supported them for years. And if you do want to donate to them, please feel free to. The other is the Belfast Trans Research Centre, which, as you can see, they're both local charities. They like to support local causes. And yeah, they're great to do a lot of really good work. And I think they assist mostly out of donations. So make sure... there you go. Make sure to donate to those courses if you can, or any other courses. I don't care. Just be nice is kind of message. Let's see what else we've got. We've got requests. Oh no, West is asking if you can say something in Martinese. Martinese, for those who don't know, is the dialect that myself and Chepsy speak. It's from the south of Italy. What would be a good thing I could say in dialect? Because the problem is I can't really speak it. This is the problem. People don't realize that I can't actually speak to dialect. What would be a good thing? I don't think I just said this. Che te venga una saglietta. Is that good? Do you like that, Chepsy? There you go. I remember that one recently. It's a good one. It means, may you be struck by lightning, which is great. Okay, that's a lot of talking. We're going to move on to the album. Oh, sorry, I don't mean to distract again. We do have a treasure hunt as well as part of the Christmas album. I'll talk to you a bit about that in between songs maybe. But I think it's time. Let's reveal what this year's Christmas album is gonna be. Okay, I'm gonna show you first of all the cover of this year's Christmas album. Okay, this is lovely made by Neve, my wife, if you don't know. So it's gonna appear on screen right now. There you go. Can you see that? Hopefully you can see that. I'm just gonna double check that it's appearing. But this is, this year's album is called You Heard It Here First. Okay. I'm not seeing it appearing on the screen. I'm hoping it's there, but do let me know that if it's not appearing. I think there's a bit of a delay basically, so it may take a minute to appear on your screens. I'm just double checking because it feels like it should have been appearing by now. Can give me confirmations if you don't see it, and then we can go from there. Anyway, in the meantime, hopefully this will appear. But yes, it's called You Heard It Here First, and the purpose of this year's album, the theme of this year's album is, as you can maybe make out from the writing on this, is that it's on the screen. Fantastic, that's great. That's good to know. The theme of this year's album is that I haven't listened to this album. That's kind of the point of it. And as you may notice, the cover isn't particularly good. And that's because Neve made a cover without looking at the cover. So what does this mean? Okay. So when I made this album, okay, I essentially didn't listen to it. I had it on mute, on my iPad on mute, so I couldn't hear any music, couldn't hear any of the instruments. I couldn't go back and re-edit stuff. I just played things and hoped that it sounded okay, right? At no point, I've not heard a single note of this album. The thing with that, obviously, that means it's not going to be good because like. The mixing is going to be terrible. The lyrics were incredibly difficult to make because how do you do lyrics if you don't have a backing track? The only thing I had to go by was the metronome. The thing comes up with a metronome, so I could hear the metronome going, and that's how I wrote most of these songs, basically, all these songs, in fact. So I'm gonna remove the cover right now. So I think it is now time, therefore, to start actually listening. So you may have recorded it on mute. Yeah, I recorded it on mute, Fuzzy. That's what's happened. It was completely silent. The iPad did not make a sound. So this is why I want to do this launch party, because this is an experience for me as well. This is going to be also me discovering the album for the first time, because I've not heard this before. This is the first time I'm going to be listening to it, all of the tracks. and you get to enjoy that with me. So I think it's a good point to start. I'm actually going to start playing the album. I'm going to not react to it. I'm going to mute myself while listening to it, and we'll talk a bit about the tracks after it. And we're going to start off with the first song of the album called You Heard It Here First. The song is called I Don't Know How This Song Sounds. Very apt. This was kind of the test song. This is what I tried out to see if I could do this. And as I said, I haven't heard it. Nobody else has heard it. So let's give it a listen and let's hear if it's good. It's not going to be. Okay, here goes.
I've never heard this song. I've never heard this song. I recorded it without the sound on. So I've never heard this song. I've never heard this song. I've never heard this song. I recorded it without the sound on. So I've never heard this song. This song. I've never heard this song. I recorded it without the sound on. So I've never heard this song. I've never heard this song. I've never heard this song. I recorded it without the sound on. So I've never heard this song. Never heard this song. I've never heard this song. I recorded it without the sound on. So I've never heard this song. I've never heard this song. I've never heard this song. I recorded it without the sound on. So I've never heard this song. I've never heard this song. I've never heard this song. I recorded it without the sound on. So I've never heard this song. I've never heard this song. I've never heard this song. I recorded it without the sound on. So I've never heard this song.
Okay, so that's something. This is an experience, let me tell you, to hear your voice in a song that you've never heard before. Again, lots of really good comments. Thank you, David Austin, for saying amazing. Butterlink says meta. Virtual Past, Jim says it's getting Pink Floyd vibes. Sure. Chepsy says, it reminds me of a drunk Damon Albarn, which I will definitely take as a compliment. I love Gorillaz. Now I heard this song, it's true. It's very true. Also, Fuzzy said it's better than a lot of the pop released these days. Yes, could this be the new Taylor Swift? In a world of Taylor Swifts, does this have a place? Who knows? You can only never hear this song once. That's true. Or can you continuously not hear a song? Who knows? Anyway, the point is, I'll be honest, that was better than I was expecting. There was definitely a synth that wasn't doing the right thing. I don't know what that was. And also, I think the metronome was still on. I somehow managed to record the metronome. So that's something. It's also very long. It could have been cut shorter. I mean, yeah, it's something for sure. I think this was quite repetitive. This was the first time I tried this. Other songs I think are a bit more diverse, but who knows? Again, I don't. So yeah, I enjoyed that. I thought it was going to be much worse than it is. So we got 10 songs to go for, I should say. So I think we're going to go for the second one and see how that goes. The second song, so here's the thing. When I was doing these tracks, there was one clue I had on how this song was going to sound. And that's if you use GarageBand, which is what I was using, you can select the scale you want to use. So I selected for this song the klezmer scale, which I believe is like Jewish music. They play about mitzvahs. I think that's kind of the idea. So that's what I had to go on. So this song is called Klezmer. That's the reason why. And yeah, we'll give it a listen. And again, I'll mute myself and see how I feel about it afterwards. Let's go. This song uses the Klezmer scale. I know no other detail. There is a flute solo coming up soon. There is no chance that it is in tune. This song uses the Klezmer scale. I know no other detail. There is a flute solo coming up soon. There is no chance that it is in tune. This song uses the Klezmer scale. I know no other detail. There is a flute solo coming up soon. There is no chance that it is in tune. This song uses the Klezmer scale. I know no other detail. There is a flute solo coming up soon. There is no chance that it is in tune. This song uses the Klezmer scale. I know no other detail. There is a flute solo coming up soon. There is no chance that it is in tune. This song uses the Klezmer scale. I know no other detail. There is a flute solo coming up soon. There is no chance that it is... This song uses the Klezmer scale. I know no other detail. There is a flute solo coming up soon. There is no chance that it is in tune. This song uses the Klezmer scale. I know no other detail. There is a flute solo coming up soon. There is no chance that it is in tune. Flute solo. This song uses the Klezmer scale. I know no other detail. There is a flute solo coming up soon. There is no chance that it is in tune. This song uses the Klezmer scale. I know no other detail. There is a flute solo coming up soon. There is no chance that it is in tune. That was so much different in my head. That was nothing like what I envisioned when I was doing this. I was trying to channel. There's a video of Beardy Man doing a song called Jewish Garage, I think it's called. Klezmer Garage is what it's called. It's great, love it. He blends like garage and klezmer. It's really good. I was trying to do that. Absolutely nothing like this, but I really liked that. I would have never written that while consciously doing it. Because remember, the other thing is, I don't know what the instruments sound like at all. Like, I've not heard the instruments. It's just a synth. I go by the name of it and hope that it sounds good. So I love that one. That was not too bad. So we got A few more comments. Chepsy says it's a random 80s vibe. Yeah. Do you know what? If that was like sped up, I could see that being like a Prodigy song. Oh man, that'd be good. Add some drums. Also, Fuzzy says, you know that episode of The Simpsons where Barney dates Yoko Ono? Yeah. I don't know just the exact episode, but I know you're Yoko Ono, so thank you, Fuzzy. Jim says lemon jelly. Not sure what that reference is, but I'm sure this is good. Battling says Resident Evil basement theme. Yep, I can definitely see that as well. Wow. You know what? This is significantly better than it was in my head. So good. Very, very good. Okay, so I've talked a bit about the process of recording this, but for those who aren't going to be at the live stream, I did also record a song called The Process, which goes through the process of me recording this Christmas album. So we'll play that next, and then maybe after that I'll tell you a bit about the treasure hunt that's coming just after the end of the stream. So yeah, let's listen to The Process and see how that goes. I'm writing songs without listening to the song. It's quite simple, really. Let me tell you clearly. I have a metronome in my ear at the same rate that you hear. I choose an instrument that I want, but I never hear a single note. I turn the volume down to 0, choose a style like Guitar Hero, customize the key and the tempo, make it fast or make it lento. I then play notes without hearing, arrange a track without hearing, put up the volume without hearing, and export the song without hearing. That's how you make a song without hearing the song. No idea if it is good, but let's be honest, it's probably wrong. That's how you make a song without hearing the song. No idea if it is good, but let's be honest, it's probably wrong. That's how you make a song without hearing the song. No idea if it is good, but let's be honest, it's probably wrong. That's how you make a song without hearing the song. No idea if it is good, but let's be honest, it's probably wrong. Okay. So mastering there, not great. You couldn't really hear the voice. There was definitely a synth that was way louder than everything else. That's the risks you run when you don't listen to the song while you're doing it. Okay, so apparently Lemon Jelly is a band. Okay, that's good. I probably should check it out, because if I'm doing that unintentionally, probably should check it out. Virtual Pass says also Commodore 64 loading screen music. Yeah, it's got like that retro feel, doesn't it? Like you could see this being like the soundtrack to Pac-Man somehow. Chelsea says Robert composed this jingly part like the cat typing on a keyboard meme. No, so the other thing is, so GarageBand does have arpeggios, so sometimes I do use arpeggios, so it does it kind of itself. You just need to tell it like the root note. So there was like a few tricks that I had to use for this. I will also say this was not the best experience making an album, because I was constantly like, it's very frustrating when you're doing things and you're trying to to be creative, but without actually being able to see the impact of that creativeness. So it was quite a difficult one to do. And also the lyrics. I think the lyrics get better the more we go down, but you know, I tried. I tried, guys. Okay, so I was going to say, so Treasure Hunt. Yeah, so I wanted to mention after we finished this live stream, I'll probably be finishing around 6 o'clock. We've got like 7 more songs to go through. We should be finished by then. At that point, I'm going to be releasing the Treasure Hunt on the Discord. There'll be a link that you can follow to take part in the Treasure Hunt. There's a little program that you will be using to do the treasure hunt. It's either on Windows or Mac. You get to choose whichever one you want to do. I have tested the Windows one extensively. The Mac, I don't have a Mac, so we're hoping it works, but it may not. And I'm not going to give you too much clues on how to solve the treasure hunt, because every year we it's meant to be a bit of a mystery that you solve yourself. I would say this year's, in a sense, more straightforward than previous years. It's less like abstract. It's less thinking outside the box. It's a bit more standardized. The other thing I would also say is I've designed it this year. I've taken into account people saying in previous years that they don't necessarily have the time to do it, or they come in a bit later and people are already miles ahead and about to finish it, so there's no point. So the way I've structured it this year is that it doesn't matter when you start it. You can play it as much or as little as you want. There's essentially a score that you're building up. So whenever you decide that you're done with the game, you can send the score that you achieved to the email address that's provided, and I will see who has the highest score, and that person will win the 150 quid prize. So the point is, you can play 10 minutes of it and get whatever score you get and send it off, and maybe you win, depending on how many people are partaking. Generally not that many people partake in this, so there's quite good chances. Even if you just play like an hour or so, it's worth kind of giving it a go anyway. The main thing that I want to say is that you will have till Sunday at 12. That's the plan. So Sunday at 12, that's the cutoff point. The person with highest score at that point will get the prize. I don't think anyone's going to be able to finish the whole of the puzzles by that time, but you surprised me before, so who knows? Maybe you will. But yeah, so that's kind of like a general thing. I will go into more details at the end of it, but I just kind of want to give you a preamble for those who are here and interested in the treasure hunt. So let's move on to the next song. This one was my attempt. We talked about Prodigy earlier, and this is my attempt to make a drum and bass song. Okay. I'm sure it's going to sound exactly like drum and bass. So yeah, let's play it and let's see what it sounds like. Let's go.
The drum and bass track. This is a drum and bass track. This is a drum and bass track. Hopefully it sounds like drum and bass. The drum and bass track. This is a drum and bass track. This is a drum and bass track. Hopefully it sounds like drum and bass. The drum and bass track. This is a drum and bass track. This is a drum and bass track. Hopefully it sounds like drum and bass. The drum and bass track. This is a drum and bass track. This is a drum and bass track. Hopefully it sounds like drum and bass. The drum and bass track. This is a drum and bass track. This is a drum and bass track. Hopefully it sounds like drum and bass. The drum and bass track. This is a drum and bass track. This is a drum and bass track. Hopefully it sounds like drum and bass. The drum and bass track. This is a drum and bass track. This is a drum and bass track. Hopefully it sounds like drum and bass. This is a drum and bass track. This is a drum and bass track. This is a drum and bass track. Hopefully it sounds like drum and bass. This is a drum and bass track. This is a drum and bass track. This is a drum and bass track. Hopefully it sounds like drum and bass. This is a drum and bass track. This is a drum and bass track. This is a drum and bass track. Hopefully it sounds like drum and bass. This is a drum and bass track. This is a drum and bass track. This is a drum and bass track. Hopefully it sounds like drum and bass. This is a drum and bass track. This is a drum and bass track. This is a drum and bass track. Hopefully it sounds like drum and bass. This is a drum and bass track. This is a drum and bass track. This is a drum and bass track. Hopefully it sounds like drum and bass. This is a drum and bass track. This is a drum and bass track. This is a drum and bass track. Hopefully it sounds like drum and bass.
Oh, guys, I'm really sorry, but I seem to have made an exact copy of Voodoo People by The Prodigy. It's exactly the same. that was the most furthest part. That's the furthest removed thing from drum and bass that could possibly exist. I created a new genre of music somehow. So what we got? We got lots of comments. I like how Chepsy, 2 comments in a row. Starts off with, start is good. Next comment, oh, WTF. Yeah. Jim says, Norman Cook is shaking in his boots. That's Fatboy Slim for you guys. Yeah, very similar. David says, interesting beat. Yeah, absolutely. And Bowling says, it sounds like someone putting up shelves very enthusiastically. Yeah, there was a very weird, I don't even want to, I think it was a drum that came in at some point that just sounded like somebody doing a lot of hammering. So I'm not sure what happened there. Chepsy very graciously says that it switched from doing drum and bass to techno. I don't think that was techno. I think that's very generous to call it techno. So we definitely got worse. That's the first 3 tracks, almost listenable. This one, absolutely dreadful. Let's hope the next one's better. Oh no, this is not going to be good. The next song is called Classical Music Interlude. So here's something else I did. So whenever I recorded music, whenever I recorded the tracks, what I could do is I could go into like the actual like notes and readjust them and reshuffle them around to get them like to hit the beat at least. But with this track, I didn't do it. This track, I thought what I would love to do is try to do not just a solo, but a classical music piece using a piano, just a very simple, like laid back, just piano playing, something like, I don't know, in my head, I had like Moonlit Sonata, is that what it's called, by Chopin, you know? That's what I think I was trying to achieve. But I'm pretty sure we don't have that. So I guess we're going to play it and see how this sounds, but I'm not very confident. The good thing is this is the shortest track. It's 1 minute 46, so there's not a lot to get through. So yeah, let's give it a go and see what this sounds like. Wow, that was surprisingly not terrible. Was it? I don't know. Is my perspective skewed? I feel that was fine. Was that fine? Jim says it's jazz, so that's an insult to jazz. But like, there was a point at the end where it kind of really switched. The feeling really switched. It became a lot more joyful. But yeah, I don't mind that. I was expecting it to sound abysmal, so I'll take it sounding okay. Cool. Okay. Maybe we're back on track. Maybe this is the year in which we put it together. This is the point where the album turns into this masterpiece. Who knows? Right. Next one. Let's move on. I'm trying to get through them, so we're going to go to the next one. The next song is called Cover, and this is in reference to the album cover. Because again, I want it to be self-contained, so people who listen to it know exactly what they're looking at or what they're listening to. So we're going to play Cover, and it's going to explain how the cover was made as well. So I can't remember what my thoughts behind this one was, what the influences was, but we're going to go for it and see what happens. Let's go.
If you couldn't tell, the cover was also done blind. If you couldn't tell, was done with the power of the mind. We took a black box over the canvas page and assembled it all in a blind rage. If you couldn't tell, the cover was also done blind. If you couldn't tell, was done with the power of the mind. We took a black box over the canvas page and assembled it all in a blind rage. If you couldn't tell, the cover was also done blind. If you couldn't tell, was done with the power of the mind. We put a black box over the canvas page and assembled it all in a blind rage. If you couldn't tell, the cover was also done blind. If you couldn't tell, was done with the power of the mind. We put a black box over the canvas page and assembled it all in a blind rage.
Okay. This is definitely a new genre. This has never been done before. I would say it sounded slightly like Insomnia by Faithless. Is that what it's called? Faithless, yeah. So there's an element there of stuff I've heard before, but definitely would have never thought in a million years that song sounded that way. Never would have imagined that would have come out of my fingers. Okay, what else we got? Let's see some comments. Patrick says it's probably going to sound like Cher. Does it? Does it sound like Cher? Okay. Resto says, is this J-Lo? Could be. Chelsea says it's Persian vibes plus trumpets. That's the new genre. It's like drum and bass, but it's Persian vibes and trumpets. Guys, we've made history today. We've created a new genre called Persian vibes and trumpets. So, good on us, I guess. Okay, moving on. Next song. So this one, there is a slight bit of background to it. So this song is called Song Made in Hospital with One Hand. The song is quite descriptive of it. I was recently doing some blood tests. Well, I was doing, what's it called? Like they put like a camera down my throat to check my heart, basically. And they sedated me for this as well. So I can't remember if I did this before or after sedation. At the same time, I had like a cannula in my arm, so I couldn't use my right arm, my dominant hand. So I was doing this in hospital on a bed with one hand, while either being under sedation or just about to be sedated. So that, I hope that provides some context to this. I don't know how this sounds. There's also no lyrics in this one, I believe, because I didn't want to just start singing in a hospital for reasons. Of course, I'm just being cowardly here. But yeah, let's see what Song Made in a Hospital with One Hand sounds like. I like it closes on that very out of beat synth right there. Josie says it's a late 90s trance. Yeah, sure. It definitely sounds like I was delirious. It must have been after sedation, I think. That sounds, again, like nothing that I thought of in my head while recording it. Like a lot of these sound like a lot darker than I thought, or like slightly more mysterious in some ways. So I'm really excited for the next one, because the next one is simply called Dorian, because this is in the Dorian mode. And I did a bit of Googling about what Dorian should sound like, but it's meant to be quite happy and joyful. And that's what I was trying to convey in this song. Did that work? Well, shall we find out together? This song is called Dorian.
This song is in the Dorian scale, which is described as happy and bright. In absence of any other clue, I'm gonna keep this really light. This song is in the Dorian scale, which is described as happy and bright. In absence of any other clue, I'm gonna keep this really light. This song is in the Dorian scale, which is described as happy and bright. In absence of any other clue, I'm gonna keep this really light. This song is in the Dorian scale, which is described as happy and bright. In absence of any other clue, I'm gonna keep this really light.
Wow. Wow. I loved that one. I think that's my favorite one. Now the singing is terrible. I should like if that didn't have the voice over it, that would definitely be amazing. I don't know what it reminds me of. I can see that Jim says it without the vocal part. It sounds like the intro to an early '90s hospital drama show, which I definitely can see. But it's hitting something in some part of my brain that I really enjoy. It's kind of like I don't even know. Like the only thing I can think of is there's like a song called Lone Ranger by what's his name, the guy who does he does like the live looping in his dressing gown. God, Mark Rebier. He did a song called Lone Ranger, which didn't get many views, but I thought like was really cool. So yeah, that's very exciting. Staircat's in as well. Hi Staircat. I do have an office. Yeah, my office. I've got a desk. It is covered in Magic the Gathering cards. Literally everywhere I look, there's you can do this Magic the Gathering cards. I can do this Magic the Gathering cards. I can do this Magic the Gathering cards. I can do this Magic the Gathering cards. But it's a desk. It's an office. Cool. Wow, Dorian, love it. Love that track. That was a good one. Even if I do say so myself. We've got 2 tracks left, guys, and then we're gonna finish off the stream and we'll start the treasure hunt. The next track, the last track, I'm really excited about. I'm just telling you right now because I knew exactly what I was thinking in my head, and I'm guarantee you it sounds nothing like what it was in my head. But we're gonna get to that next. First of all, we got here the song Lyrics, which describes the lyric writing process of this album. So I'm gonna play it out and let's see how that one sounds like.
That's why the lyrics are very, very terrible. To the wonders of being unbearable. Would you like lyrics when you're trying to hear the melody? It certainly has a lot of complexity. That's why the lyrics are very, very terrible. To the wonders of being unbearable. Guitar solo for some reason.
I don't know that one. First of all, you couldn't hear any of the lyrics, which is ironic for a song called Lyrics. I mean, it's not. There's some good parts to it. I did like that electric guitar solo at the end for no reason. There was definitely some things off the beat. This was the one where quite a few of the instruments didn't feel like they were hitting the right note at the right time. You guys seem to suggest it's an MSDOS game, original soundtrack. Yeah, I can see it. Chepsy says it reminds me of a boss theme from Iron Blood, which I've not played before. I'm assuming it's a game, but yeah, I can definitely see it being some slightly obscure 90 like game where you're exploring some abandoned castle or something like that. So yeah, I think that's probably at the moment the one that sounds the most jarring, I think, but there's still good elements to it. Like, I'm surprised how interesting they sound. Like, when I was recording these, I kind of fell into like the same kind of pattern of making the songs, so I felt like they were going to end up being very repetitive and very similar, and actually all the songs sound very fascinatingly unique. I don't know if that's because of the scales I was using or something, but I've been enjoying it. So now we move on to the last song. This is the exciting one. Okay, now this song is called Golden Brown. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, there is a song called Golden Brown by The Stranglers, I think, right? And I love that song. It's great. It's in a film called He Died with a Falafel in His Hand, which is a very bizarre Australian film. And I've always enjoyed that song a lot. I think it's got like I don't even know what it is. It's a hurdy-gurdy playing. It's a really good song if you've never heard it, right? You should check it out. One of the things about that song, though, is it's in 6/8, and I always know it's in 6/8. It's the classic one in my head for a song that's in 6/8. So I wanted to try and do a song in 6/8 regardless, right? So I'm not great at different tempos and stuff, so already that was going to be a recipe for disaster. But when I started recording it, I very quickly saw myself kind of like singing the lyrics to Golden Brown over it, or thinking the song for Golden Brown. So I really lent into it. And what I've produced is what in my head is a 1-to-1 rendition of the song Golden Brown by The Stranglers, recorded without ever listening to any part of this recording. So I'm familiar with the original song. Is it going to sound like that song at all? Well, there's only one way to tell, and I'm so excited for this. I've been waiting literally months to listen to this, whatever this is. So yeah, last song of the album. This is Golden Brown. Let's see what it sounds like. Oh, I mean, I may get copyright striked, obviously. We'll see what happens. In my mind, this sounds like Golden Brown by The Stranglers. So I'm just going to sing that song and hope for the best.
golden brown, texture like sun, lays me down with my munchie runs throughout the night. No need to fight, never a frown, we're golden brown. Every time, just like the last, on a ship tied to the mast, to distant land, takes both my hands, never a frown, with golden brown. Fine temptress, through the ages she's heading west, from far away, strays for a day, never a frown, with golden brown. And now is the part where I lay up my voice, so this is definitely not going to work. Never a frown with golden brown. Never a frown with golden. Never a frown with golden brown. 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 Never a frown with golden brown.
What an ending. I don't think I could have been further away from the original song. That was so far from the song Golden Brown. That it's insane. How did I don't, it's so much more jovial. Also, there was definitely some lyrics that were out of sync with the music. And the layering made no sense because there's a very strong melody in that song, and the melody was not what I had. That's crazy. That's crazy. What a song. This part of it was pretty good. Like Chucky was saying, my name is Robert Peter Barrett, everyone calls me Roberto intro. It does sound like it could be like the intro to my YouTube channel or something. Maybe that's what I need to make out of it. I can't believe in my head that sounded just like Golden Brown. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's what that is. But yeah, so that is the Christmas album 2025. You heard it here first, as the album is called. You will be able to listen to it. I believe it's coming out tomorrow on Spotify and all the major streaming services, so you can have a look at that. The only thing I would warn you is iTunes does charge to download the album. I can't put it on for free for some reason, so don't buy it. Why would you buy it? It's all for free. And again, I really want to remind you that the reason why I do this, first of all, because it's funny, but also because of charity. There's charities in the description, so go and check those out, please. There's Battling Gaming. They do amazing work in Belfast. Belfast Trans Resource Centre, also really worthy cause. So make sure to go and check those out whenever you can. Now, with all that said, we've done our contractually obligated thing of listening to the Christmas album. It is now time to start the treasure hunt. Oh, and this is the exciting part that at least 2 people in chat are waiting for. Chelsea also says, at least the stranglers won't sue you. Yeah, I hope they're not like, the term strangler is just the name. They don't come and strangle me. Okay. So treasure hunt time. This is the exciting part. So again, for those who don't know, this Christmas album is a bit of fun. We do it every year. It's really good fun. But in the last 3-4 years, we've been doing a treasure hunt as part of the Christmas album. This is a series of puzzles, clues, stuff that you have to solve, basically. In the past, the first person to finish the treasure hunt would receive a prize. This year, as I've explained, it's to do with what score you get by Sunday at 12 noon. So the way it works is I'm going to post the link now in the chat, and I'll post the link on Discord as well in a second. And this link will send you to a little program that I've written. I've written it myself. Some antiviruses may have an issue with that, just so you know. But it's there's a Windows version and there's a Mac version, and you will find a series of puzzles that you need to solve. And you have, as I said, till 12 o'clock noon on Sunday to complete as many puzzles as you can. You will get a final score that you can send to an email address that will be provided as part of the link. So yeah, and the score you send in, that will be the final score. You can send it multiple times if you then keep on playing for whatever reason. But on 12 noon on Sunday, I will check and see who has the highest score out of all the different teams that have been working on this, and that player will win £150. Okay, if there's multiple teams that have the same score, we will split the prize amongst those teams as well. A few general things: you can play as a team, as I mentioned. You're welcome to do that. I will be dropping the occasional clue in the Discord, and if you see any kind of bugs, any issues, or if you have any questions, or something's not quite sure, you're having trouble with it, just post it in the Discord. The link is in the description of this video. So make sure to check all of that out. And yeah, and I will also say, obviously, I coded this myself. There may be small errors and stuff that just happen. I try my best to proof it as much as possible, but who knows. Apart from that, is there anything else I need to mention? No. You can start the treasure hunt whenever you want. You can start it tomorrow. You can work on it for 10 minutes and then submit your score. You can work for it 48 hours straight if you want to. It's entirely up to you. Yeah, but hopefully you have fun with it. So I'm going to drop that link in the chat like that. It's appeared right there. Hey, Zinti, you've joined for essentially the end of the stream, but it's nice to see you as usual. I will be posting that link on the Discord as well. There's a specific channel for the treasure hunt, so go and check that out. And you know, I love to see people sharing like what point they're at, if they're having trouble with certain puzzles. You know, I'd love to see what point people are at, so keep kind of updating it, please. I love to see if everyone's having a lot of trouble, you know, I can release clues, so it's kind of good to do that. But yeah, but that's everything. Thank you everyone for joining this year for the Christmas album. Hopefully you enjoy it. Hope you have enjoyed it as much as I have. As stupid and bad as the album is, it does bring me a lot of joy, and I hope it brings you a lot of joy as well. And I hope it does mean that we raise some money for some really good causes. So that's fantastic. Yeah. That's everything from me. I'm going to go and post the stuff in the Discord. And yeah, I'm going to go to dinner in a minute, so I may not be immediately replying to messages on the Discord, but I will be keeping an eye on it over the next few days to make sure everything goes smoothly. Okay. See you all next time. Thank you very much for tuning in, and happy Christmas, everyone. Bye.